As we cross the age of 50, heart health becomes one of the biggest concerns. Many people notice that even if they eat the same foods as before, their cholesterol numbers start climbing, putting them at risk of clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and even stroke. The scary part is that high cholesterol usually creeps in silently, with no obvious symptoms, until it's too late. But here's the good news. You can take control, and the key lies in the foods you choose every single day. In this video, we're going to uncover the 4 worst foods that secretly push your cholesterol higher and damage your heart, as well as the 4 best foods you should eat more often to lower cholesterol naturally, safely, and effectively. These aren't complicated diets or expensive supplements. They're simple, realistic choices that can make a huge difference in how you feel and how you age. If you've ever wondered, what foods should I avoid? Or what should I eat to protect my heart after 50? Then this guide is for you. Stay tuned, because the answers may surprise you, and they might even change your health starting today. 1. Why processed meats are the worst choice for cholesterol. When it comes to foods that silently push cholesterol through the roof, processed meats sit right at the top of the list. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, ham, and deli meats may taste comforting and familiar, but they hide a dangerous mix of saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium that puts enormous stress on the heart. For people over 50 who may already be facing slower metabolism and less efficient circulation, these foods become even more harmful. The problem with processed meats isn't just the fat they contain, it's also the way they're made. Many of these products are preserved with nitrates, nitrites, and other chemicals that contribute to inflammation in the body. Inflammation, in turn, worsens cholesterol imbalances and increases the risk of arterial plaque buildup. Combine that with the high salt content, and you have a perfect storm that raises blood pressure, stiffens arteries, and adds to the long-term risk of stroke or heart disease. Research has consistently shown that people who regularly eat processed meats have higher LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol, and greater chances of heart complications compared to those who limit or avoid them. What makes matters worse is that processed meats are often paired with refined carbs like white bread, sugary condiments, or fried potatoes, creating meals that do double the damage. For many, the habit of eating processed meats starts in childhood and feels hard to break. The good news is, you don't have to give up flavor or satisfaction to protect your heart. Swapping bacon or sausages for lean proteins like grilled chicken, turkey breast, or even plant-based options such as lentils and beans can provide the same feeling of fullness without the cholesterol spike. Adding herbs, spices, and olive oil can also bring richness and depth to meals without relying on fatty, processed meats. It's important to remember that every small choice adds up. Cutting back on processed meats just a few times a week can lead to measurable improvements in cholesterol levels, energy, and overall vitality. For those over 50, these changes aren't just about numbers on a blood test. They're about staying active, independent, and enjoying life without the looming threat of heart disease. So, if you find yourself reaching for that ham sandwich or frying up bacon in the morning, pause and ask, is this habit supporting my heart, or is it slowly working against me? 2. How fried and fast foods damage your heart and cholesterol. Few things are as tempting as a plate of golden fries, a crispy fried chicken sandwich, or a quick burger from the drive-thru. These foods may be convenient and satisfying in the moment, but for anyone over 50, they represent one of the most damaging choices for cholesterol and heart health. The reason goes beyond calories. Fried and fast foods are often loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, and refined oils that wreak havoc on your blood vessels and cholesterol balance. When foods are deep fried, they absorb unhealthy oils that transform into compounds your body struggles to process. These oils not only raise LDL cholesterol, the harmful type, but they also lower HDL cholesterol, the protective type that helps clean your arteries. This double blow makes fried food one of the fastest ways to accelerate plaque buildup inside blood vessels. Over time, this process increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, and other cardiovascular problems that become more common with age. Fast foods make the situation even worse. They are typically paired with white bread, sugary sauces, or salty sides, creating a combination that drives inflammation and spikes blood sugar along with cholesterol. Regularly eating this way places your body in a constant state of metabolic stress. Studies show that people who consume fried or fast foods multiple times per week consistently have higher cholesterol, higher triglycerides, and more markers of inflammation compared to those who limit them. Another hidden danger is how these foods are prepared. Many restaurants and fast food chains reuse frying oil multiple times, creating toxic byproducts that damage cells and accelerate aging in the arteries. Even if the fish or chicken itself starts out as a healthy protein, once it is breaded, fried, and paired with sugary condiments, it loses nearly all of its original benefits. For people over 50, metabolism naturally slows down, which means the impact of these foods lingers longer in the body. Recovery from the damage takes more time, and the heart and blood vessels are less resilient than they once were. The good news is that you don't need to give up flavor or comfort food altogether. Choosing grilled, baked, or air-fried alternatives can provide the same satisfaction without the cholesterol spike. Adding spices, herbs, and olive oil can turn simple meals into delicious experiences that nourish rather than harm. By making these swaps, you protect your heart, stabilize your cholesterol, and keep your energy strong for the years ahead. 3. Why baked goods and pastries spike cholesterol. After 50, there's something undeniably comforting about the smell of fresh bread, a warm croissant, or a slice of cake after dinner. But for anyone over 50, baked goods and pastries can quietly sabotage cholesterol control and heart health. While they may look harmless, these foods are often loaded with butter, margarine, shortening, and refined flour, all of which raise LDL cholesterol and increase the risk of clogged arteries. One of the main culprits in pastries and baked snacks is trans fat. Even though many companies claim to have reduced or eliminated it, small amounts often remain hidden in commercial cookies, pies, donuts, and packaged snack cakes. Trans fats are particularly harmful because they not only raise bad cholesterol, but also actively lower good cholesterol, the HDL, that protects your arteries. This makes them one of the most dangerous ingredients for cardiovascular health. Another problem is the combination of refined carbohydrates and added sugars that baked goods usually contain. White flour breaks down quickly into glucose, spiking blood sugar and triggering insulin surges. Over time, this leads to higher triglycerides and contributes to the buildup of fat in the bloodstream. When sugar and unhealthy fats meet, the result is a metabolic storm that accelerates inflammation and increases the chances of heart disease. For people over 50, the effects are even more pronounced. Metabolism slows, muscle mass declines, and the body becomes less efficient at handling large doses of sugar and fat. That's why a simple muffin or slice of pie can linger in the system much longer, pushing cholesterol levels higher and fueling weight gain around the belly, a risk factor strongly linked to heart problems. The cultural and emotional ties to baked goods can make them especially tricky to give up. They're often associated with family gatherings, celebrations, or quick comfort on stressful days. But the solution isn't about cutting them out completely, it's about making smarter choices. Swapping white flour for whole grains, using olive oil instead of shortening, and sweetening with fruit rather than refined sugar can create healthier alternatives that satisfy cravings without the cholesterol damage. Even small changes, like choosing a slice of whole grain bread with nut butter instead of a pastry, can make a big difference. Over time, these swaps lower LDL cholesterol, improve blood sugar stability, and support better heart health. The key is to be mindful. Every bite can either protect your arteries or add to their burden. 4. How full-fat dairy and cheese harm cholesterol control. For many people, cheese, cream, and whole milk have been staples for decades. They add flavor, richness, and comfort to meals, but after 50, full-fat dairy becomes a hidden driver of high cholesterol and heart risk. The reason lies in the high concentration of saturated fat and dietary cholesterol these foods contain, which can quickly push LDL cholesterol to unhealthy levels. Cheese in particular is often more harmful than people realize. A single slice of cheddar or a spoonful of cream cheese may look small, but it packs a dense amount of saturated fat. Multiply that by the portions many people eat: cheese on sandwiches, melted on pizza, or sprinkled generously on pasta, and it's easy to see how cholesterol can rise quietly over time. Whole milk, cream, and butter bring the same problem: concentrated fats that overwhelm the body's ability to keep arteries clear. For those over 50, the risks increase further. The body's metabolism slows, blood vessels naturally stiffen with age, and cholesterol clearance becomes less efficient. That means the same foods you tolerated well in your 30 seconds or 40 seconds may now have a much greater impact on heart health. Research consistently shows that diets high in full-fat dairy are linked to higher LDL cholesterol, greater plaque buildup in arteries, and increased risk of cardiovascular events. It's not only about the fat. Full-fat dairy products often come with added sodium, especially in processed cheeses. High salt intake raises blood pressure, another major risk factor for heart disease when combined with high cholesterol. Together, excess fat and sodium create a perfect storm for the aging heart. The good news is that you don't need to give up dairy completely. Choosing reduced fat or fat-free versions of milk, yogurt, and cheese can provide calcium and protein without overloading the arteries. Fermented dairy options like plain Greek yogurt or kefir may even support gut health, which is increasingly recognized as a key player in cholesterol regulation. For flavor and texture, plant-based alternatives like almond or oat milk and nut-based cheeses offer satisfying substitutes that are naturally free of cholesterol. Small swaps make a big difference. Replacing butter with olive oil, choosing low-fat yogurt instead of cream, or using herbs and spices for flavor instead of extra cheese helps protect your arteries while still keeping meals enjoyable. Over time, these shifts not only lower cholesterol, but also improve energy, digestion, and overall vitality. We've just uncovered 4 of the worst foods that silently drive cholesterol higher: processed meats, fried and fast foods, pastries, and full-fat dairy. While cutting back on these is essential, avoiding danger is only half the story. The real power comes when we replace harmful choices with foods that actively heal and protect the heart. Thankfully, nature provides incredible options that can lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and boost energy without complicated diets or expensive supplements. Let's now explore 4 must-eat foods that work with your body to restore balance and keep your heart strong well into the years ahead. 1. How oats and barley help lower cholesterol naturally. When it comes to foods that actively fight high cholesterol, few are as powerful and accessible as oats and barley. These humble grains may seem simple, but inside each serving lies a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which works like a natural sponge in the digestive tract. As it moves through the intestines, beta-glucan binds to cholesterol molecules and carries them out of the body before they can enter the bloodstream. The result is a measurable drop in LDL cholesterol, the harmful type that clogs arteries. Research has shown that eating just 3 grams of beta-glucan per day, the amount found in about 1.5 cups of cooked oatmeal, can lower LDL cholesterol by up to 10%. That's a powerful result for such a modest dietary change. Barley, often overlooked compared to oats, delivers the same benefits with its own rich supply of soluble fiber. For people over 50, this makes oats and barley one of the easiest and most effective daily habits for protecting the heart. Beyond cholesterol, these grains also help regulate blood sugar, another critical factor for older adults. Because they digest slowly, oats and barley prevent the sharp spikes in glucose that follow refined carbohydrates like white bread or pastries. This steady release of energy not only supports better cholesterol balance, but also helps with weight management, appetite control, and overall vitality. Oats and barley also provide a wealth of micronutrients, including magnesium, selenium, and B vitamins, which support energy metabolism and cardiovascular function. They are inexpensive, widely available, and incredibly versatile. Starting the day with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with berries and a sprinkle of nuts can transform breakfast into a heart-healing ritual. Barley can be added to soups, stews, or even used as a base for salads, offering a hearty texture and nutty flavor. For those who crave variety, Try steel-cut oats for a chewy, satisfying breakfast, or barley risotto as a healthier twist on a classic comfort food. Pairing these grains with fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado further enhances their cholesterol-lowering effects. By making oats and barley a regular part of your diet, you're not just filling your stomach, you're actively cleansing your arteries, protecting your heart, and investing in long-term health. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful changes you can make after 50. 2. Why fatty fish protect your heart and reduce cholesterol. If there is one food group that truly deserves a place of honor in a heart-healthy diet, it is fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and trout are more than just sources of lean protein. They are rich in long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, compounds that directly protect the heart and improve cholesterol balance. For people over 50 who face greater risks of cardiovascular disease, adding fatty fish to the diet can be one of the most effective natural defenses available. Omega-3 seconds play a unique role in lowering triglycerides, the fats that circulate in the blood and often accompany high LDL cholesterol. Elevated triglycerides not only add to cardiovascular risk, but also worsen insulin resistance and metabolic imbalance. By reducing triglycerides, fatty fish help restore a healthier ratio of fats in the bloodstream. At the same time, omega-3 seconds gently raise HDL cholesterol, the good type, that clears excess cholesterol from arteries and delivers it back to the liver for removal. This dual effect makes fatty fish a powerful ally in the fight against atherosclerosis. Research consistently supports these benefits. Clinical studies show that people who consume fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week have lower risks of heart attack, stroke, and sudden cardiac death. Beyond cholesterol, omega-3 seconds reduce chronic inflammation, a hidden driver of artery damage and plaque formation. They also help keep blood vessels flexible, improving circulation, and lowering blood pressure, two vital advantages for aging adults. But the benefits don't stop with the heart. Fatty fish are rich in vitamin D, selenium, and B vitamins, nutrients that support bone strength, nerve health, and energy production. For adults over 50 who are more prone to deficiencies, fatty fish provide essential nourishment that keeps the body resilient. Incorporating fish into meals doesn't have to be complicated. Salmon fillets can be baked with lemon and herbs, sardines can be enjoyed straight from the can with whole grain crackers, and mackerel can be grilled for a flavorful dinner. Even canned or frozen fish retain much of their nutritional value, making them accessible and budget-friendly. Replacing red or processed meats with fatty fish just a few times per week is a small shift with enormous payoffs. It reduces harmful fats, adds protective omega-3 seconds, and provides satisfying meals that support heart health. For anyone looking to lower cholesterol naturally and stay active after 50, fatty fish are truly food as medicine. 3. How nuts and seeds support healthy cholesterol levels. When it comes to smart snacking for heart health, nuts and seeds stand out as some of the most powerful allies. Almonds, walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and sunflower seeds may be small, but they pack an impressive combination of healthy fats, plant-based protein, fiber, and antioxidants that directly improve cholesterol balance. For people over 50 who often struggle with both rising cholesterol and fluctuating energy, these nutrient-dense foods can make a world of difference. One of the key benefits of nuts and seeds lies in their high content of unsaturated fats. Unlike saturated fats from processed meats or full-fat dairy, these healthy fats work to lower LDL cholesterol while increasing HDL, the protective type that sweeps cholesterol away from the arteries. Walnuts are especially rich in plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, known to reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel function. Almonds, on the other hand, provide magnesium, a mineral essential for insulin sensitivity and blood pressure control. Fiber also plays a major role. Both nuts and seeds contain soluble fiber, which binds with cholesterol in the digestive tract and helps carry it out of the body. Flax seeds and chia seeds are particularly rich in this kind of fiber, making them natural cholesterol stabilizers. They also provide lignans, plant compounds with antioxidant properties that protect artery walls from damage caused by oxidative stress. Research supports these benefits. Clinical studies have shown that people who consume a handful of nuts daily experience lower LDL cholesterol, reduced triglycerides, and even smaller waistlines compared to those who don't. These changes translate into a lower risk of heart disease and better long-term cholesterol management. In addition to heart benefits, nuts and seeds offer satiety, which is vital for weight control after 50. Their mix of protein, fiber, and healthy fats keeps hunger at bay, reducing the urge for sugary snacks that often contribute to cholesterol spikes. This makes them an excellent choice for both main meals and between-meal energy boosts. Incorporating them into your diet can be simple and enjoyable. Sprinkle walnuts over oatmeal, add chia seeds to smoothies, or enjoy a handful of almonds as an afternoon snack. Ground flax seeds can be mixed into yogurt or baked goods for an invisible health upgrade. By making nuts and seeds a daily habit, you're not just curbing hunger, you're actively protecting your arteries, supporting healthy cholesterol levels, and giving your body the fuel it needs to stay strong and vibrant well beyond 50. 4. Why olive oil and avocados lower bad cholesterol safely? Among the many foods praised for heart health, olive oil and avocados stand out as two of the most effective and enjoyable ways to lower cholesterol naturally. Both are rich in monounsaturated fats, a type of healthy fat that has been shown to lower LDL cholesterol while preserving or even raising HDL cholesterol, the protective form that keeps arteries clear. For adults over 50, this simple dietary shift can have profound effects on cardiovascular health and overall vitality. Olive oil, a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, contains powerful compounds called polyphenols. These natural antioxidants reduce inflammation, protect artery walls, and prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, a process that makes it more likely to form dangerous plaque. Studies consistently show that people who regularly consume extra virgin olive oil have lower risks of heart attack and stroke, along with improved cholesterol profiles. Using olive oil in place of butter or margarine is one of the easiest ways to transform everyday meals into heart-protective dishes. Avocados offer a similar advantage. Creamy and versatile, they are packed with fiber, potassium, and a wealth of vitamins, in addition to their heart-healthy fats. The soluble fiber in avocados binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract, helping to eliminate it before it can circulate in the blood. Research shows that eating one avocado per day can lead to significant reductions in LDL cholesterol, particularly the small, dense particles most strongly linked to heart disease. Another benefit of these foods is how easy they are to incorporate into daily life. Drizzling olive oil over salads, vegetables, or whole grains adds flavor while boosting nutrition. Avocados can be mashed on whole grain toast, blended into smoothies, or sliced into sandwiches for a satisfying, cholesterol-friendly upgrade. Both foods also enhance the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, which are essential for healthy aging. For those over 50, making olive oil and avocados part of the regular diet is more than just a healthy choice. It is a long-term investment in heart health, energy, and independence. They provide satisfaction without the cholesterol overload of butter, cheese, or processed oils. Small daily servings can add up to major protection against artery damage and keep cholesterol levels balanced. By embracing olive oil and avocados, you are not only avoiding harm, but actively nourishing your heart with every bite. We've now explored the foods that quietly raise cholesterol and the ones that help bring it back down to healthy levels. On one side are the troublemakers: processed meats, fried and fast foods, pastries, and full-fat dairy. On the other side are the healers: oats and barley, fatty fish, nuts and seeds, and the golden duo of olive oil and avocados. The lesson is simple: every bite is a choice. Each time you replace a harmful food with a protective one, you're not just changing your diet, you're shaping your future health. For those of us over 50, these choices matter more than ever. The heart works tirelessly, and giving it the right fuel means more energy, greater independence, and a stronger defense against the silent risks of high cholesterol. You don't need drastic diets or expensive supplements. You just need the right knowledge and the consistency to put it into practice. Here at Active Healthcare, we believe that small steps create lasting change. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and join our community. Together, we'll continue exploring simple, science-backed ways to stay healthy, active, and vibrant well into the years ahead.